Mm. Hello. Lil Dio definitely wanted to be on this video. He was resting. We took just a short walk today for both of us. I can't work out. God, I don't know how I fell on Monday. Sometimes falls happen. You can't figure out how they happen. But I did hurt my arm, so I thought, well, if I could walk. But it was still pretty hot out there, especially for his little paws. So we came home, and he just really wanted to be on this call. Would you like some water? Would you like water? Oh, he's so cute, boy. I think this will be a really short video. It's just uh, it's allergy season. Oh man. So I was outside. I'm really grateful about that. Anyway, I thought that today this video is more about what's going on with the Medicare and the Plan D. I don't know about any of you, but it really is kind of concerning. I had, I think Trump came on. I listened, I like to listen to things directly, what someone says, rather than what someone else said they said, because it's not always true uh, with what someone else said they said. So I listen directly. I find that's a better way to do it. But, it came on about the premiums. I know I got an additional $150 a month taken out of my check for Medicare and Plan B, the drug plan, which is Plan D, which uh, uh, he's talking about getting rid of or not subsidizing or something that I don't know. I tell you, I think the guy's really going to lose popularity. Um, oh, and then my Medigap. I actually watched a video on Medicare today on the most expensive and the cheapest states for Medigap. And there is living rural, there is just absolutely no place. If you're not a senior, if you're not a boomer and you're a senior, you probably have nothing in common with this video and where I was. But it's probably affecting someone your parents, possibly your grandparents. Anyway, I was watching this video on the most expensive and the least expensive places to get Medigap, which is the best way to go. You do not have any good Medicare Advantage plans, and basically that's getting off the Medicare um, system. You also have to get free authorization on everything. On everything. So, and you can't always go to the doctor you want to go to. You got to go through, a network, which actually Medicare has too. But I think the guy mentioned today 99% of doctors will take Medicare, will work with Medicare. So my concern is they already took 150 out of my check. That hurts. My check's not that big. I lived in a rural area, which I found really challenging for me and also for my health. The whole Northwest has been challenging. So I can't imagine that, they say some of us will only pay 10 or $20 more, or some of us are going to pay less. Really, I don't know. I don't think these people care. I don't. Um, I my state, by the way, is one of the higher states for instance, the Medigap. Um, and I was higher than what they said my state was. So that must be like for Seattle and Spokane, or if you're in a city, then it's about at least $30 less a month. So they go by. Oh, I got allergies today. It looks like the seasonal shot, steroid shot is kind of starting to wear off. I moved that down to August 14th, so I'm going to suffer here a little bit. Anyway, I think things, they're going to, I wonder, well, am I going to have, I don't know what I would do for going back to work. Really. I don't. I'm sick most of the time. I can't go outside. I don't know who would hire me at my age, really. I don't even know what I could do now. So I am sure that I'm not the only person out there. Now, they say, oh, some videos say don't fret about it until this fall. Well, I guess we will find out this fall, but he's getting rid of all the programs that were helping keep our premiums down. Um, again, my Plan D, which they're getting rid of all, it, it went up $50. Everything went up $50 in 3 sections, yes, last year. So um, I get concerned there's going to be a point that my check's not going to be big enough. And I'm not sure what I'll do. So those are kind of situations they're putting people in. It just seems to me that, you know, I really didn't want to get political. And I really thought, actually, I liked a lot of things about Trump. I really did. He was getting rid of some real nonsense going on in this country. But all of a sudden, we're in a war. Um, Not sure what that's all about. I had someone tell me they take a subscription. I think it's to, I'm not Apox News or something. I don't know, but they are reliable. They have, they were the first ones to come out and tell us how China was selling um, people's organs for profit, people that really didn't deserve to be in prison and operating on them. But they're still alive. I mean, it's really gross. And they did report on those things. Now, they did state that Iran was planning on bombing LA. And they were planning on evidently bombing a major city. So that would be bad if that's true. I don't know if it's true. All I know is that we're at war, and all of a sudden, well, let's take away from the seniors. We're at war. I watched Trump also. I really don't want to get political. I was hoping this thing would work out, but yeah, I don't think any of them work out. And I think there's probably a lot of people out there like me who are getting really disillusioned with these people who are in power. I did watch a video, where I'm at 7 minutes. I really don't want to go any longer than 10 minutes. I did watch a video. This guy had statistics. You could probably look it up. If I can find it, I could put a link on, I guess. I probably won't have time today. But that if things keep going the way they're going, where the one percenters have everything, we don't have billionaires now. We're starting to make trillionaires. And the majority of people are really suffering. And they're going to have a revolution. We're going to lose everything, the really good things in our country. We're going to lose them all. You know, Probably become communist. Who knows? So, excuse me. Anyway, I'm not looking forward to that either. So things are just keep getting harder. Um, they got I guess I'm political today. They got the Fauci hearings going on and all that. It's all an after fact. It just makes me feel like it was all done on purpose to maybe make people get injections that they really didn't want, who hadn't really been studied, and God knows what was in them. So that's my video today. I don't know how good it's going to be. I don't know how good any of these are, but I'm going to be consistent and do them. I'm not happy with I'm curious to see what goes on in the fall and what we're facing with the drug plans. That there was one plan I had last year that would cover um, my drugs. God, I don't know. I think it's up to it jumped up $50. It's somewhere around $85 a month, and then you get a discount on your drugs. So What is it gonna be next year? Anything affordable? So, is the plan to, they got these elites, let's just call them what they are, these people who think they're elite, one percenters, think there's too many people. So go after the most vulnerable. And who are they? Your seniors. Your seniors. I'm not happy today. Not happy.